Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. We have another night of life. Welcome to life. My name is CC, and my partner used to be Craig D, and we were the producer of this show. The things you will hear over the next length of the show represent the views of life and the people making them. All opinions and questions in no way represent River West Radio, no way represent them, and are the sole responsibility of the producer, hey, CC, and my further guest, Craig D, and guests and callers. River West Radio is not liable for any legal issues arising from the content of this program. Well, on that note, I like to say hello, 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 Milwaukee. This is me, CC. I'm here with life, and we are going to go down to a journey of enjoyment, a journey of pleasure, and a journey of whatever. And as always, I will let my guest introduce himself.
Hey there, is this one on? Is this the one
Yeah,
coming in loud and clear
you're
on?
loud and clear.
My name is Matthew, and I'm going to sit in on this show tonight.
So, how you been doing today?
I've been hanging in there, but it's colder outside, so it's good to be inside where it's warm. And Rabbi's got some food going on in the back of the video, so that's always nice.
Back at the radio station, huh?
You never know what he's going to cook, though.
Yeah. It's good to have our own cafeteria on the premises.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, because you never can tell. So, what do you do?
Lately I've been printing photographs and been printing some photographs at night, and then finishing up painting a house. It's getting colder out, so it's the end of that season for that. But I photograph things and people more than things, I guess. I travel around, collect. I'm a story collector, maybe a storyteller.
Okay, you do your storytelling with the snapshot, with the photos.
Right. The photographs of my friends, and I'm interested in how people are living in different ways, and kind of the good ways, the things that I think are worth looking at. Or
beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, of course. You know, and I know just from the general conversations I've had with you a little bit in the past, you know, that you take very, very great pride in your work.
Yeah, I like being accurate, maybe accuracy and seeing things as they are.
Well, you can call it accuracy, you know, but other of us would probably call it anal.
Anal, yeah, sure.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with it, you know, because that's a part of enjoying life to the fullest, is being anal toward it. You know?
Getting the most out of it.
Huh?
Or getting the most out of life. Maybe?
Yes. You know, most of us spin our wheels, and when we finally reach that final destination, we have all of these I'm going to lists of things that we were going to do, but we never got around to doing them. You know, and I've tried to spend my life with the deal is that at the end of my run, I don't have a lot of...
you feel that you're at the end of your run. I think you're just getting started.
Huh?
I don't think you're at the end of your run.
Well, I always look at the end because you can't appreciate the interim without appreciating the end.
Mm.
You know, it gives you the opportunity to paint it as rosy and as enjoyable as you possibly can. Is that you? You get well. You can hit your phone on the radio on the radio. Yeah, he just got a phone call, so he just flashed out of here like the Flash. But as we was talking about, you know, enjoying life to the fullest. We all are given that gift. But we have a tendency of letting other people take it away from us. Or I shouldn't say take it away from us, talking us into giving it up. Sometimes if you love me, you do this, and it means a whole change of which direction you was going in the first place. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. I guess it's up to you. But from my standpoint, when you give a part of yourself, you are not have the opportunity to be who you truly are, or as close as you can truly get. But this has been a very, very good week. Hey, I ain't mentioned to you last weekend. Thriller was 30 years old. Gee, Louise, I never imagined that was gonna be going on that quick. Oh, it was that old. So, but as life goes on, you'd be surprised how quickly it passes you by and how fast it moves. And as I understand, now back to the original conversation. Go ahead, before your phone came in.
Where were we? I don't know where we were at.
We was on the air.
We were on the airway.
Talking about enjoying your photographing.
Oh yeah,
being anal.
I haven't been photographing so much lately though. I want to make some new photographs, but I don't know where they're going to happen next. Where I haven't been so inspired in the city lately. But I have been printing them. That feels good. It feels good being in the darkroom again and printing some images that I went around, traveling around, accumulating all this data, all these photographs, all these places that I went to and friends, and now they're coming back out again in the dark, printing them and yeah.
So you're talking about these are photographs that you've taken down the line past tent, and you're finally getting around to develop them?
Yep. Some have been developed, but I just had contacts. These little notebooks, these little tiny images of what they are, and now I'm printing them bigger again. That feels good to do.
Okay. Now that's got to be exhilarating. Here you have lived your life in enjoyment.
Yeah.
And then the years
photographs are like
right, and years has passed.
Fleeting happiness. So it makes me remember that's what makes me happy.
Huh?
That's what makes me happy.
That's what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Rehashing the times that you had.
Yeah.
That you took pictures of. Well, that's truthfully capturing time. You can call on that some of those emotions from that point in the picture. That you had when you were there in reality.
Did you have? Did you ever have photographs? Do you hang on to those kind of things? Collections of? Is there anything that you collect?
Well, you mean photographs or collect?
Yeah, sure. Photographs.
Okay.
You grow
Um,
up with an album ever? Did you have like a?
Now, well, I'm from an era where um, my family didn't believe in photographs because that was like a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't part of living.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe occasionally we ended up with some pictures, but overall, no. I have very few pictures of me.
Mm-hmm.
I have really no pictures of me when I was a kid. Um,
How do you remember your stories? You have a lot of memories of growing up, I bet, and stuff. But did you have any way to?
well, I have a lot of memory because I lived it.
Uh,
You know, and once you live it, you definitely got the memories. You know, and I think that I've been somewhat of a sensitive person through my upbringing.
mm-hmm.
So I had the opportunity to experience it to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, but when it comes to pictures, no, I don't. I don't have any. Matter of fact, uh, I don't even have pictures of my mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
That's how hash started it is to that point in time. You know, because we never got together the two pictures.
Did you have like music growing up? Did you?
Huh?
Some people collect music if they don't collect photographs. Some people collect a lot of music. Did you have a lot of music growing up around?
Well,
Is that one of those things that's not? It's not necessity. So
well, being Southern, of course we had music, but most of it was originally church music.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, we was raised around very hairy with spiritual music, and after we got out of the house, um, we got the opportunity to do more than just spiritual music.
Mm-hmm.
But I come from a very, very strict spiritual type of family.
Mm-hmm.
And if you played heathen music in the house, you might have got your heathen whipped out of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now I come from a family of 10 boys and 1 girl, and I was number 5.
Wow.
So
what kind of house did you grow up in? Did you all like share rooms and stuff growing up?
What?
You must have had to like share rooms with your siblings and stuff growing up.
Oh yeah, share rooms, share clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just lucky it was all boys.
Mm-hmm. And in the city, or were you out in the country?
Well, we was in this when we originally started off in the country.
In Louisiana?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we ended up outside of 35 miles outside of Chicago.
Okay.
In a town called Aurora,
Mm-hmm.
which is the second biggest city in Illinois.
Did the whole 10 come up north then, or were they start to split off and?
Well, part of our clan came up north.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When
it was called Survival.
Survival in the.
Yeah.
What time was it? Like in the 60s or?
50s.
In the 50s. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember how it was coming up? Were you all packed up in a car, or did you get on the Greyhound? Or what?
Well, we always, whenever we got in the car, we was always packed up in a car.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the whole family though. Did you all ride?
Yeah.
Get in together. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that was like? You're coming up here for the.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. it was very, um, didn't know I was poor, because actually didn't really would seem like we was never poor,
Mm-hmm.
because we own a car too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say a lot more than a lot of other people, even though we had, a big family, we still own a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time my dad had a Studebaker, and we was in Texarkana, and we stopped at a gas station.
That's East Texas.
Huh?
East Texas.
D Texas?
East Texas.
Yeah.
Is that somewhere in the east? Yeah.
Yeah. And we stopped at a gas station. Back then it was self-service. Well, it was not self-service, service,
Mm-hmm.
a full service gas station. And the guy come out, and we was getting ready to go to the bathroom. Of course, you had your colored and white bathrooms,
Mm-hmm.
and started to get ready to go to the bathroom. And then the gas station attendant came out, looked at the car, looked at the kids, and hollered to his wife. He said, "Martha, you gotta come out here and look at this. This here man with all these kids driving this brand new car. How in the hell can he do that?" And needless to say, I cut this bathroom break very short,
Mm-hmm.
because things were getting ready to hit the fan. You know, even though my dad had all the kids, he still owned a fancy car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, when back then though, when those cars were big cars, so we got all the kids in there, you still had enough room in there, to.
Did everybody fight over the radio station?
Huh?
Did you have a radio in it? Do you remember traveling with
Well, it had AM radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 and it plays whatever the parents wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't you didn't have no, I want this, I want that. There was no such thing as that.
Mm-hmm.
It was right way, wrong way, my dad's way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it was.
Is that the car that you drove, that you came up with to Aurora?
No. That was another one.
Mm-hmm.
That was an Oldsmobile.
An Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember that ride? Like, what was that like? You don't know how? Do you remember how old you were?
The longest.
That was a lonely ride. Because you were sad, you didn't want to leave.
Yes. The longest ride that I've taken at the time. And then of course, you slept in shifts. Mine was 9 to 12. Yeah.
You got to drive then.
One, my brother was 9, the other one was 12.
Okay.
That's why I slept between those two shifts. Never mind. Go ahead.
Did you get to drive then?
No.
Because you were 9.
No. No. When it comes to cars, those are my dad's babies.
Yeah.
You don't touch my dad's car.
Uh-huh.
No. They were, it was a very rare thing. And it was a very rare thing that a black man, had such a good car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But my dad also worked for the richest man in town.
Mm-hmm.
So they had some Prince benefits.
In Louisiana or in...
Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
There's some Prince benefits behind that, plus my grandmother controlled his household.
Mm-hmm.
She was a head cook, head household lady.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave me a lot of benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
You know, could be the reason why I'm still alive.
Mm.
You know.
But he wanted to leave. He wanted to go up north and try his luck out.
Well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, the growth factor down there was very small, and my mental factor was going to get me killed.
Mm. It was pretty rough. It was
Well, I guess you wouldn't call it rough for a simple reason. There was a stature, there was a way of life they expect you to live and expect you to travel and to walk. And if you didn't, then there was kind of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so in the interim, that conflict could cost you your life
Mm-hmm.
or the life of one of your family members. You know, so those are the factors that moved them up north.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the opportunity for a better job,
Mm-hmm.
better way of life, as they seen it. And in some sense, yeah. In another sense, no. Because when you're there, the man didn't like you, and he would tell you, "I didn't like you."
Mm-hmm.
When you come up north, they were smiling in your face and then knife you in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Because they couldn't come, they wouldn't come to your face and tell you, "No, I don't like you."
Mm-hmm.
Like they do it in the South. So now you're dealing with people who you may presume were your allies, when in actual reality were your enemy. So back to you.
Back to me.
Ah. So yes, I think once before you had mentioned that you wanted to go to France.
Right, I did go to France. I did. I have been there recently for a few months, and I was here in Milwaukee last winter. You know, and
Excuse me, huh?
I was here in Milwaukee last winter. And I was working a lot, and I was feeling like I gotta travel around. I gotta move. Something's not right. I was just really restless inside. So I was like, I had known that if I took a job out west, I'd be able to travel a little more and have some freedom. And but I did that job before, and I knew how tough it was, and the hours are really long. And but I could be outside and be in nature a little bit more, you know. And I was working for this scientist, this ornithologist, collecting information about birds. And so I did that. I went out west, and I worked my contract and listened to music. I drove around out west and listening to my Irma Thomas records. You know, I just brought a couple records with and drove around, and after that, after I did my couple months out there, I was ready to travel, and I came back here for a second, and then I was here at the video store. Where should I go? I don't know. And so I was like, yeah, I should just buy a ticket, see how much it costs. And so I did. I bought my ticket, and I had some friends throughout Europe that I had traveled and known about, that they were there, but I didn't really know them well. But I ended up just flying over there, and I had met a whole handful of friends along the way, and I spent the summer living in Lyon, a town called Lyon, and it's a city actually. It's like the size of Philadelphia, and I lived there for the summer with my friend Sylvie Ibajiza, and I really miss it. I do, but I don't know if it's right to go back or, yeah.
You don't know if it's right to go back,
Yeah.
but yet you miss it.
I do miss it, yeah.
But you don't know if it's right to go back.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that picture?
What's with the pictures, actually? I don't know if I should print the pictures.
Huh?
I don't know if I should spend my energy printing the photographs from what I made in France,
Well, no.
or if I should go back there first. I don't know.
Well, no, I'm just looking at it from the standpoint. You miss it, and you want to go back.
But there's so many places I want to go back to. I don't know.
Okay. So you just can't make up your mind which direction you want to go. But does that stop you from going any place?
No. Doesn't stop me now. I think.
Okay. What does it do?
I think there's just so many possibilities. I don't know which to pick first. But
So many possibilities to pick from. But yet there's so many possibilities to pick from, you haven't made a pick.
right.
So theoretically, you have choose not to go no place. Huh? Okay. So you choose not to go no place because you have so many places that you want to go that you have no place to go. The choice was your choice. So you want to go someplace, but you choose not to go to that place because you don't know where that place is. But you do have a place that you're standing in that's telling you you want to go to the place, that you don't go to that place, and you don't know why you don't go to that place. That's an interesting place to be in. Can you explain that pace?
That place. You mean France or like the friends there?
No, I was just talking about the Twilight Zone.
Oh, the Twilight. Betwixt.
Huh?
Betwixt, you mean? Like being betwixt. In between.
Being the queen. Okay. So, being bequeathed. So are you saying you're being bequeathed not to go no place because you got too many places to go to decide which place you want to go? So you're being bequeathed not to go any place. Is that what you want to be bequeathed your way?
No, I mean, I think I know.
You think you know?
Yeah.
You think you know what?
I think I know what I got to do.
You think you know what you got to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to share with our listening audience? If we have a listening audience, it's so quiet. But you don't have to because you're just coming to the conclusion of this is what you want to do. You know? It's up to you. You know, if you want us to know what you want to do, but since you just figured out what you want to do, you might want to wait, you know, and think about it over a Mountain Dew.
Is this the usual? Is this the usual show? What happens on your usual show?
Huh?
What happens on your usual? What's the routine?
What's my usual routine for my show? This is the usual routine for my show. God knows, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're listening to our show, and I hope you're having an interesting conversation on what we have to say, you know, on this very beautiful, brisk day. Now, if you want to join us, it's 414-935-2951. 414-935-2951. And for all of you that's out in the Illinois area, my Illinois shout out is 414-935-2951. Call me. Yes, yes, yes. And we can talk about your carpeting if you want to. But either way, join us and give us your thought about his thought, about the no thought, about what he was thinking about. You know that thought. Throw your thought out there. I think I'll talk to you later, hopefully. You know. So, that's what I normally do on the sideline, stuff like that. You know. It ain't that interesting.
What's that?
It's not that interesting.
Ah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in this world, since we do not have the camera on him, he is just sitting here making all these expressions and breathing deeply and enjoying himself with this great big smile on his face, which does not translate into any type of figurine of void or words or vibrations that you could actually feel unless he was close enough to where you could hear the every heave of his heart and the crisp snap of his lips as they parted out with this great big smile and the rosy cheeks. You wouldn't have got the rosy cheeks because you can't. Oh my God! Somebody actually calling me? What? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Hello. Come on, how you get it? Hello. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? I'm listening to your show. Hello?
Is anybody out there?
You don't hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hey, how you doing, the HM1?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Me, I'm doing great. I was just there, but my mom had to go out, so I had to watch my little sister, so I went back home.
Oh, well.
I didn't get the chance to eat Run By's meal, but that's okay. I had me some McDonald's, and I'm pretty okay.
Well, excellent. You know, I'm glad that you are very satisfied and very content and very helpful to the family. You know.
Yes.
You know,
and thank God you have a radio show because your life is as much as important as everybody else's lives because you have the power to give people the knowledge to know what God can do for us, and that's bless us with our prayers.
Well, I thank you very much for that, you know. I appreciate all the compliment, you know.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So what you going to be talking about?
Well, only God knows for sure. You know, but I'm just going to go ahead on and see which way it goes.
Well, that was nice of you to do a show, and yet again, you're a great person, and Jesus loves you, and Jesus loves all of us, but Jesus has his favorites, you know, because if you praise him enough, you'll be his favorite.
Well, I thank you very much. You know, but I'm just me, and I try to be who I am, and I hope it's good enough for everything else.
Yes. Well, I was just saying hi. I'm gonna let you finish the show.
All right.
You talk about Jesus, okay?
Whichever way my show goes, that's the way it goes to go.
Okay. I love you.
Thank you very much. Love you too, my man. Have a nice evening.
Good. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes indeed. That was one of my gentlemen that's been on my show once before. And occasionally, every time I come down to the radio station, I have the occasion to talk to him. Nice young gentleman and a good-natured person. So, but in the interim, my guest ran. So, I am here now with a one-man show to talk to you. So, what can I say but this? You know, what are you doing tonight? Outside of listening to me, I'm hoping you are. You know, we got X amount of days before Christmas. And I hope that you do this with some type of finesse, style, and grace. And that includes, I do not know no 5-year-old, 6-year-old that need to be wearing no $80, $90 pairs of shoes. Okay? He don't know he's wearing $80 pairs of shoes. So don't go into debt for it. If you want to spend that little extra money, then get him on something that he can use to educate his mind and further him toward his schooling. Now, you don't have to buy all these expensive clothing. Come on. They don't need all these expensive clothing. They're not that old. They don't know. They just know they got clothes on. That's good enough. Save the money. Maybe you can start a trust fund for the gentleman or lady. Because if you died saving pennies, you're not making sense. And if you're not making sense, you're losing all the way around. This is the day of the birthday of our father's son, which is not the actual day, but that's okay. It does not mean for you to go in debt for a year or so trying to pay Big Daddy woo-woo. You don't have to buy 30 toys. 1 or 2, 3 is fine. And they don't have to be super expensive. It's the love that counts. And that's what matters. So as Christmas approaches, become one of the wise person. And give your love and respect. And if you want to, give a token in his name. So that is my thought for Christmas, because it's starting to seem a little bit like Christmas. And I know everybody want to outdo everybody. When all you gotta do is just enjoy everybody. That's what Christmas is. Not how much I can give, not how much I can buy, not how much I can impress. It's not, look at me. It has nothing to do with you except celebrating a birthday. It does not mean give away your life. It does not mean taking what is beautiful and turning it into commercial. So, spare your change and swamp your love.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to backpedal. I kind of.
So, if you have any questions that you want to ask, please call 414-935-2951. 935-2951. 414, yeah, you can call me. And we could have a conversation about anything you want to say, as long as you keep it to the framework of no profanity, no advertising, no copyright music, and, well, I can clean up the space because you're not here. But that's okay. You can come and let your fingers do the walking. So, maybe you can do a Mick Jagger on the phone. Just walk this way. I say, walk this way. You know, you can do that. And give me a ring.
So I have to stand up there.
You know, so I'm here. Waiting. Listening. Anticipating. For that last. Doesn't necessarily mean that it will come today. But then, I didn't expect the one that I got. So that in itself was priceless. And I'm already way ahead. So, my ladies and gentlemen in the computer land, you're sitting in the first half of life. Yes, indeed. And there's different stages, different areas, and different moments that makes up what you are in life. So, when life comes around, when life is always around, I'm doing fine in my life, and I understand that life will always travel on. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, I have a phone. Hello, hello. Yeah, okay. All right. All right, right. I am back. Yes, indeed. So, here we are, waiting for each one to say something, anything that would break forth this monotony of silence. What do you have to say that's on your mind? Did something happen today that disturbed you? Voice your opinion. Let the life come forth. Let the light come forth. This is your opportunity to say it and spray it with someone else. You know? It was like 5 o'clock today. We was all asked to turn our radios up loud.
Oh, it's actually called Emma.
Because some gentleman pulled into a gas station or such. Asked a kid to turn the radio down. The kid said, "I don't know you." And he went back, came back, shot the kid in the back seat who didn't even have the control over the radio. Now, I wish he had called and talked to somebody before he did something of that nature. Maybe that's something of that nature might not would ever have happened. And a mother's child wouldn't be laid to rest. And another useless killing wouldn't have taken place. Voice your opinion. Tell me, what do you think? You know, every opinion counts. And yours matter to me. So pick up your phone and give me a call and let me hear what you have to say. You can call 414-935-2951. 935-2951. 414. Voice your opinion.
Yeah, they're having a potluck on Tuesday at that's the one that happens.
You know,
And we should go there
I had another guest for my show tonight, which
you guys would be
unfortunately he couldn't make it. He was a minister, a man of faith. And I'm having faith that he'll be here next week. But in the interim, I am sitting here, and the only host that I have is you. The only other person I have to talk to right at the present time is you. Oh, where are you? 935-2951. Call me, and I can find out where you are. So, this way you can mention what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. Because there's so many facets to talk about. And right now, we can talk about the first hour that has passed. Is coming to an end, which leaves me one more hour to go. So unless I can get some help from you, it's going to be a long, long hour. And I hope that you can put up with me. One of those of you that don't, you can always shut me down. You know, move around that mouse to the point to shut me out. Hope you don't. But if you do, God bless you. So how did you enjoy your day today? Did you get up? Did you go for a brisk walk? Did you get up and just hang around the house? Did you enjoy this brisk and semi-sunny day? Did you take the time to go out and play? Did you do things that you should have done? Or did you put them off once again for another run?
In other words, we're not
Although the weather is changing, we know it's true.
doing something crazy. But
And there's plenty of things outdoors we need to do.
when it comes along to these radio shows,
But at last,
that pushes
we'll let it pass
we have to do.
until it gets so cold that we freeze our assets trying to get them done to save money. Interesting concept. I know all of us don't do that. I know some of you do, because I've seen it. And I know all of you don't, because I've seen it. Sometimes I try to figure out where I stand in between those two, because I'm always doing something, and I'm never done doing nothing. And it's always seen when I have something to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Life, the second half. Should we call this Over the Hill? Or should we call it Experience? But either way, it's the second half. We're going down the gauntlet. And hopefully you're enjoying every last bit of it. And that's the best part of things, enjoying every last bit. You know, we tend to just try to like part of it, saying we want to enjoy all of it, but in reality, we're just enjoying a piece of it. But slow down and enjoy all of it. So where are you at today? Why haven't you came in my way? You know, and at least call and say, hey, I'm here. So I had the opportunity, was last, see here, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was last Thursday. I went out to this here art show, you know, American Fantasy Classic. And I was introduced to it by a Brit named. It's at the Art Museum off of North Avenue in that area. And it's like you walk into a city that was built within the inner walls of a museum. And, you know, it had the comedy show, walk down the street, juice bar. Interesting concept, excellent work of art, and all the students that were involved in it did an outstanding job but it was a work of art within itself. So, if you get the opportunity to go and see American Fantasy Classic, please do. Because I guarantee, not the Cajun cook, you will enjoy it. It's art imitating you or you imitating art, but either way, both of you together interacting with each other. And it is fun, and it's interesting, and it's classic. So, if you get the opportunity, go and take a look at it. You know, and I always talk about the jackpot gallery that continuously turn over and over and over again with different shows here on Center Avenue, and it's a free show. You can always stop in and check them out, and they change continuously. They change like once every week, 2 weeks, as a different show comes in, and you could be part of it. So stop in at the Jackpot Gallery on Center Avenue, about 528 in that vicinity. Right across the street, kitty corner from Fuel Restaurant, excellent restaurant. If you want some good soup and so forth, so forth, so forth, you know, that's an excellent restaurant to go. And right across from the video store is Jackpot Gallery. Check it out sometime. So that's a neighborhood note, and I hope you enjoy it. That's what's happening my way, as I can see out the window today. You know. But I could use a phone call if you got the time. Stop and drop a dime and call 935-2951. 414-935-2951 and say hey, and I'll be here. You know. So oh, here we are. Well, let me go through some topics. Interesting. I don't have any. I haven't listened to TV in the last month. So I can't give you no update on that. Just live by the way the weather is day by day. So, and just enjoy it that way. So I can't give you no update on that. You know, so, what can I give you an update on? What could be important to say? The only thing that's always important to me is our kids, our future. Yep, that's the way I go. You know, have you hugged the kids today? Have you told them you loved them? And all you kids, have you hugged your parents today and told them you love them? Well, if you haven't, stop and take the time to do so. Or just call them up on the phone and just say, yeah, just call and say I love you. That's all. Hang up. That in itself would be more stimulating and escalating and heartwarming felt. Don't ever stop to tell someone you love, someone you care about, that you do. Because that's all life is worth about. The only thing life is worth is the people that are around you and your enjoyment. And that's the people you're around that help make you enjoy. So, hug your kids, hug your parents, hug your family, and become the Huxleys. Well, if you could get that type of a flow going, your life would be, in reality, if you get that flow, great, outstanding, fantastic, unbelievable, all the rest of the ones. Because that's about perfect on life as you can get. But alas, it's a sitcom. And sitcoms are just figments of your imagination. Not too many people in the 50s cooked dinner with a set of pearls around their neck. Miss Cleaver, you had it good. So, I'm just sitting here waiting for my next bird to pray. Someone stop in and say, hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Outstanding.
What you talking about?
What do you want to talk about? Come on in. Come join me
I'll stop in for a minute.
with your lovely self. Yes, as I always do, I have my hosts introduce themselves, and this one, oh my goodness.
This is Julie Brandenburg from the show Compose Yourself with Julie Brandenburg, and I just happened to be passing by the window on my way home, and got motion to stop in, so what should we talk about?
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, internet ain't doing you no favor. This is one lovely lady.
And I look really great on radio.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. But let's talk about your show, love. Give a shout out.
Well, right now I don't have anything booked. I have to say I really enjoyed your performance at the River West Radio Benefit last month or a couple months ago. That was really fun.
Oh.
Are you going to be at the gathering on Sunday?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
That'll be fun. So yeah, I don't have anything scheduled. I'm just practicing. We're getting a new set together, and so that's about it. Practicing. The only other thing I could say is to plug is we're doing Zappa Fest on December 28th with a bunch of other really amazing bands playing the music of Frank Zappa. So the Freddie Lee Band is playing, I can never say their names, Zorgoden Platt, I'm totally messing that up, and Dr. Charles Love Medicine playing the music of Zappa at Linneman's on the 28th, if you could make it.
At Letterman's?
Linneman's, yep.
Okay. I haven't been on this show in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know. That's in New York, right?
No, Linneman's, the same place we had our River West Radio benefit.
No,
Right here in the heart of River West.
Oh, okay. I thought you invited me to David Letterman show, man.
Letterman's not David Letterman. Yep.
Okay, well, hey, sounded good for a moment there, man. You know, I'm in the money. Never mind.
Yeah, if I had the money to go to New York, I'd take 100 of my best friends with me.
Yeah. If if I had the money to go to New York, I'd take a few of them. I'd spend the rest of it standing long enough to carry 100 of my best friends. Thinking about you.
Well, it's a beautiful evening, and I just went for a little walk. I just came from Stoney's Gallery, Dominion Gallery on Wright Street.
Mm-hmm.
And she has an opening now. Tony Buzalaki is the artist, as well as the Carol Show is still up. And it's happening right now. We just left. And I recommend, if you're listening, when you're done listening to this show, she'll be around for a couple hours yet. Go down to the Dominion Gallery and check out what Stoney's got. It's a fabulous space. She's having a really nice party there tonight. So Stony Rivera, is a musician around town, and she also, is the curator and owner of Dominion Gallery. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just mentioning the American Fantasy Classic off of North Avenue. And that show where inside look like you're outside. Mm-hmm. You're walking in the street. And,
wow.
And then they got the little comedy show area where you go in and you do comedy, stand-up comedy.
Where is this? Where is this located?
It's at, I don't know where it's located at. I'm still learning Milwaukee.
Okay.
It's off of North Avenue at a gallery.
Okay, I'm trying to think of off of North Avenue.
Yes, one block off of North Avenue.
What's the other street?
I don't know. Hey, Zap? He would know. Where was the American Classic?
It was American Fantasy Classics, Brittany,
Yes. Where was the street at?
Innova.
That's not Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's on Kenilworth.
It is? Okay. See, I learned something new about my area.
Well, it's a beautiful area.
Oh, yeah.
A great museum.
Huh, I'll have to check that out.
Outstanding museum. They got a civil rights show going on there at the same time.
Oh, cool.
Milwaukee plantation for plants and stuff. It's interesting concepts.
Really?
And out in one unit of space. Mm-hmm. But it was interesting. It's someplace to go. I hit the juice bar, and they were giving away free juice.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Some of the stuff to burn my throat, but it was good. It was good. Mm-hmm.
Well, friend, I am headed back in the other direction, but I thought I'd stop in and say hi. Have a fun show. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Well, I thank you for dropping in. And yes.
Take it easy, man.
I will. And you have an excellent evening, and thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you get the opportunity, listen to her show. Look it up, River West Radio / So, you've been informed and told about different places to go. You can always rerun this if you don't know which way to go. Just play it on rerun. So, there was a different interlude. There was a different way. So, is anybody going to call me tonight? 935-2951. Just lift up your phone. Give me a call. 935-2951. Yes. And let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what's on your thoughts. Come join me. This is your show. I'm just holding down the fort.
Oh yeah, we had that last time. Sure.
So, well, I would ask if anybody getting ready to leave town for Christmas and where they were going. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people leaving town for Christmas, and there's a lot of places they're going. And so ain't nobody call me on 935-2951 to tell me which way they're going. what they want to talk about, or anything else. You know. So, I guess I must have been boring you. But unfortunately, you don't want to take control of the show. So, I guess you have to put up with me for another 35 minutes. Oh my goodness. How terrible can that be? I don't know, because I'm not on the other end listening. I'm just on this end fumbling.
Sorry, my fault.
But that's life. You know, I would talk about all these new movies coming out. Except I don't know what's coming out. You know, heck, I don't even know what's been out. I remember somebody was talking about the Avengers. I know somebody right now saying, oh God, that's been out there a long time ago. Okay, well, I don't know. I spend most of my time trying to figure out what I'm going to do, trying to take care of what I need to do, and then sitting around having someone let me know what's going on. But eventually it would change. I would have to break down and come back into the mainstream. I'm trying. You know, I stepped out of the mainstream, you know, and stepped out to the side.
True.
Well, I have another guest here, and of course, if you're on the station before my show, you know who I'm finna introduce. And as I always do, I let them introduce themselves. So, for your special interest, for the intro of life, coming in, let me introduce you to my friend. Are you ready? Let it all, girl. Go ahead on and kick it in.
I am Caitlin Redding, coming to you live with CC on stage here at riverwestradio.com on a cooling Friday night. I understand it's gotten quite chilly outside.
Yes, and we're not talking about his show either.
That's good. No, it's nice to just kick back after a productive staff meeting. Things to do this weekend, things coming up.
Yes, and things that may change our lives.
Yes, and I have actually noticed a very happy ambiance. I do not feel the traditional holiday stress that people normally exude from their pores this time of year. It has seemed to feel much calmer and much less stressed.
Yeah, because the presidential race is over with.
Aha, big sigh of relief there.
Yeah. After all that stress, what else can stress you out? Nothing can touch you for a while. We got a little leeway here before we can get our stress factors back kicked into full gear.
So it's time to relax and enjoy. I think the warm weather has definitely done us a good service.
Yes, it's about as good a service as Mother Nature have given you.
I was going to say, it gave me a chance to get that one last car wash and wax in. Get ready.
Oh, I thought it was just he gave you that lasting beauty and smile and grace.
It always does that. I spend my days outside generally. I work outside, so I get to enjoy the offerings every day, and it certainly doesn't slip by me. The sunshine and the clouds.
Well, it's in your soul. It is in your soul. I must have to say that very much so. You know, I can talk about the beauty of a person, and I can describe it to you almost to the T. I can tell you from the time that they smiled on to the sparkles in their eyes. I can tell you about the puffiness of their cheek as it turns a little creamy red. I can tell you about the sweetness of the lips as they slowly, slowly spread. I can tell you about the blonde of the hair that strolls down their neck. I can tell you about the beauty within their soul that you would never soon forget. But unfortunately, I can tell you this, but you cannot see, because the eyes can capture the full beauty that is sitting in front of me. So, I will let you listen to the golden voice that is so sweet. And close your eyes and look within inside and see the soul that's sweet. Back to you.
It was extremely, extremely generous. I sincerely appreciate your beautiful view. And I am just thankful that we are in a calm time right now and that people can relax and enjoy just for a moment what's around them, not being as distracted as they might normally be. As you pointed out, the presidential race is over and all that foolishness is gone and has departed, and I'm glad. And I think you're right. I think people are resigned to the fact that they can relax and rest. And it has just been amazing outside. The sunsets have been amazing. I actually saw a bluebird, yes, an honest to gosh bluebird, almost a month ago, not far from here.
Well, I'm lucky. I got two redbirds, red jays, living in my yard.
Wow.
And what's so unique from my standpoint is they don't chase the other birds away. And it's not their, a cardinal likes territorial.
Yes, they are.
Very. But I see that they're letting the sparrows roll around the yard, and they're sitting on the fence with the sparrows. You know, they must be glad the election is over with, too.
I think there can be a little peace and harmony. They're not directly after the same food sources.
Well, true.
But they are wonderful companions at this time of year because they're all looking out for each other. If you get a chance to drive out in the country during the early morning or late afternoon, before the sun really starts to descend into its color, if you see deer out in a field or in a clearing, look closely and see if you don't also see turkeys as well. Turkeys and deer tend to feed within proximity of each other. Turkeys have exceptional hearing and eyesight and are the first alert for the whole group there. And deer have also good eyesight and a very good sense of smell. So between the two companies, they're able to keep all safe within. So you will see them together, albeit maybe not directly next to each other.
Well, you know, and I know because just before the deer decides that it's going to run because it heard something, it would look over at the turkey and they say, how do you keep a turkey in suspense? And all you see is a white tail.
Yeah. Well, Benjamin Franklin had wanted to have the turkey actually be our national bird.
Yeah, that got gobbled up real quick.
But in all fairness, he had a good point.
You know.
It's a very self-reliant, very hardy bird. And the eagle, although possibly very majestic in some people's eyes, is really not the team player that we would like him to be. He has a bad, associated bad habits.
Well, that's America.
Yes, he is a thief. He takes advantage. Yep, I guess you're right.
You know?
He's a little closer to the American standard.
Yes, he's a predator.
But primarily he's a scavenger. He preys on the work somebody else has done.
Right, that's America, the melting pot.
Unfortunately, I think it has become that, yes, more so than it might have been prior.
You know, and see, you know, and the reason we couldn't have a turkey, you know, to be our mascot, you know, every Thanksgiving we're going to eat America.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, we eating America today? Yeah, it did. You know, think we're gonna throw it around with some pigs. You know, we throw a pig with the turkey. Yeah. God bless America. Cut him up.
Ham and turkey, is that what you're referring to?
Well, yeah. Well, you know, and that's what America is. What it been?
Choice?
Yeah, ham and turkey. You know, they hamming up everything that they do this, they do that, they do this, they do that, and but they're turkeys because they really do this, they really do that.
Absolutely.
That's what makes them ham and turkey. You know,
I can relate to that.
they shuffle, and then while you watching the footwork, they K you out, and then they say, somebody else did that. It wasn't me.
there.
It wasn't me.
Nothing here to see, folks. Look over there.
Right. Wasn't me.
You're silly.
Yeah. Well, true that. True that.
Well, turkeys are fabulous pets. They're very loyal.
Okay. Well, you know,
I don't think an eagle is quite as honorable a pet, but a turkey will always protect you.
huh?
A turkey will protect you.
Will protect you?
They will fight tooth and nail. If they bond with you,
Yeah.
they will fight tooth and nail. If someone comes and tries to attack you, they will sacrifice themselves to spare you. They have bonded with you.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're amazing. Geese are the same way. Geese will bond with you and will become your best ally.
Yeah. Well, they pretty good allies to me. Mm-hmm. You know, they're allied with the mashed potatoes. They're allied with the sweet potatoes.
Yes, they are.
The green bean. They make great allies.
Yeah, speaking of alliances, I believe we have another alliance standing by here.
Yes. You have to meet this gentleman. This gentleman
love to.
is an outstanding. Yes, come on board. Come on board. Mr. Demo.
Be educated by the wisdom of the two great hosts.
Now, ladies and gentlemen who have just came in, we have a threesome here. Now, you know, you remember the days when the last three came running in? There was a star over the northern sky when the three come running in to offer their gifts to the world. You know, nobody knew there was a fourth one. We'll talk about him somewhere along the line because he didn't make it, but he still did his job the way he's supposed to do it. But anyway, that's a different story on a different book. And let me tell you something, too. Okay? On the three wise men, all right? Okay? No offense, you know. Only the camel was white, okay? They all came from Africa, okay? You know, love you, okay? Well, anyway, we are the three wise River West commentaries. So sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. Let me introduce to you one of my co-hosts from a week ago, Mr. Nemo. Nemo, the gentleman who has politically, not let him say it himself, he does it so gracefully. God bless his soul. Mr. Nemo, give him a show.
First of all, let me say thank you for your salutations. It almost makes me feel like I walk on water, which I know I'm beyond reproach, so I must acquiesce. Number two, you said three wise men first. I don't want to sound chauvinistic, but maybe a man's word wouldn't be down nothing but a woman or girl, because neither one of us dilate 10 centimeters have a physiognomy. So let me pay also elegance from that from which we came, that we finally immensely gratified.
I do apologize, you know, and when I said the three wise men, you know, I am very, it should have been the three women and men, you know, because, yes, you're the womb man. That's why they call you womb man. Yeah, you know, you carry things in your womb, man, that I won't. That's why I go 10 centimeters, whatever. whichever way it goes. I ain't going. You know, arrest me.
I'm actually not very offended when people say men, because I actually think of that as being the shortened word human, not necessarily the man of gender. So I look at when we say wise men, I see that as wise humans.
Okay.
What is the composite of a human being with a total psychological heart with God's and wisdom to know the difference? What I'm saying in essence, that there's a definitiveness between the two species. Because one, first of all, let's talk about the Greek word once again, is quintessential. And if you look at the 4 elements, neither one of them can produce life. Only number 5 can, which is a woman. We might be the contour to allow that to happen with the spermatozoa. But when it mixed with the leucorrhea, it has nothing to do with us after that, because it's all about her. And this is why I would think science will concur that their brain is larger than ours for that reason. They have more body fat than we do, and they have even greater body dexterity. We have fixed pelvis for to carry heavy load. They have floating pelvis to carry heavy load, but all to be, guess what, altruistic and giving.
Point well stated.
Like I said, the gentleman is elegant in his approach on what he has to say, you know, and the things that he says, you know, if they do not agree with you, remember that this is River Rush Radio and they have nothing to do with it, and that's okay. He can't sue us. We ain't got no money either. Nah. Okay? Now, listen, wise up, learn. So, yes, he has joined me tonight. Thank God. And how lucky can I be to be surrounded by such loveliness of the souls, the mind, and the body, with the essence of flowing from different directions, where you can get the true melting pot, as true as you're going to get tonight, in one circle. You have a liberated woman who has her own show. And I tell you, she can show it off too. Yes, indeed. When she come down with her apple, it's flat screen, baby. all the way. Digital to the word go. And she would carry it in her lap. Ooh, she carries her apple in her lap. How sweet is that? I see why Adam went the way he went. What an apple.
So eloquently stated, but you're talking about divinity in its raw essence, and I'm elated to you talk about it like that, because you know what? I do believe composites of a human being actually return that from which they came.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Speaking of returning from which we came, I really must depart to the back of the radio station here and get on with the work of the evening.
Well, I do thank you. And see, she runs her show off an Apple computer.
Which was sitting
in her laps.
Not right this moment.
She
It was in my lap.
She'll set her Apple computer in her lap and she'll run her show off her Apple computer. You know.
It goes to show you small minds are small arising. We digress.
It's been free flowing, so the misunderstanding is is noted.
I play with words all the time with them, you know, and actually I was just talking about her show, you know.
So what you're saying to me, you are balanced with the word Epicurean or demi-mundane.
Yes.
And you find that immensely gratifying because you could take that either way, but yet be politically correct.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's just for the fun of it, you know, because I have the opportunity to express fully, and then whichever way you want to take it.
Exactly.
That's life. You know.
You provide the colors, but whoever paints the picture paints it their own.
Right. Right. You know, I remember when I was saying one time that I was standing out in the field and I was watching as this gentleman was doing things that I could never do. As he raised up slowly and lowered himself down. And he started doing moves that I could only wish that I could do. And I watched him for almost an hour, and he sustained as much as he sustained, and did as much as he did. And I could say to myself, I wish I could get just half that much pleasure out of playing with my Harley Davidson.
Point well taken.
And on that note, I will bid you gentlemen adieu.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
And thank you.
It was nice to have met a muse under conditions and circumstances of the River West. And my profound thanks to you in advance, because it says to me by your candor, you have a God-fearing psychological heart with the wisdom to know the difference without sticky fingers.
Thank you. It's nice to be recognized. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, well, well.
Yes, sir. How you been?
Fine, and you, sir?
Pretty good, thank you. Pretty good. Yeah, just enjoying another Friday night. Another Friday night, and we just got each other. We're doing a show, and it sounds so good.
Yes, sir.
Yes. How you doing? How you doing?
Good.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Please, have a seat.
Oh, no, that's okay. I came to hear you.
Okay, but you did.
Oh, please sit down. Join us. Come join us.
We all have something to say. I'm quite sure you have things to say that you'll talk about. And
Yes.
some of your friends are probably listening.
I hope so.
Very good.
Excellent. Introduce yourself.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, tell me anything you want to know, girl. Okay. And Sarah, and Sarah, what do you do?
Mostly, I'm a musician.
You're mostly a musician.
Yeah.
Okay, you're an artist
There you go.
all the way.
Yeah.
Ain't no mostly about that part. Okay.
What is your instrument of choice?
Saxophone.
Ooh,
Oh!
alto.
Oh, Satchel.
Everything.
Yeah, if you can.
Are you playing with somebody now?
Yeah.
Who you playing with? Give them a shout out.
Do you know the Universal Love Band?
The Universal Love Band?
Yeah.
Okay. Matter of fact, you got a show coming up, don't you?
Yeah, we do. At the Domes.
Yes. Yes. Did I get any pre-tickets?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, you should. You're on the radio show. Hey, we just gave you the plug, girl. You know, hey, you know, you can also say, well, I ain't got no tickets on me, but I'll tell you what, go to Will Call or go to the back door, and we have back door passes for you. You know, I got you covered. I got your back. You know, so you can say stuff like that.
Oh, right, right.
Don't mean you mean it. When you get to the back door, you say, what you talking about? What? You better get out of here. Before I call the police, you know, Will Call. You better Will Call that $10, go over there to the dome and pay that buck to get in. Yeah.
What would be interesting, honestly, you hit on a good point. To attract more people to your performance, I would suggest that you maybe donate 5 or 6 tickets and have people to come in as you come that weekend, and you answer the people calls and you put them in a basket and draw names out of numbers. Depends on this call, and people enjoy that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I would enjoy it too. I get to go to the show for free.
That's right.
You know, I'm so poor I can't pay attention. What'd you say your name was again? Oh yeah, all right. Sarah. I ain't that poor yet.
Did you remember?
You know.
May I ask you a question, Sam?
Yeah.
Wherever you've been, can I go? Because, I mean, you're so jovial now. That sounds interesting. Maybe it'd help improve my memory as well.
If what?
Well, he said the journey that brought you here
Oh yeah, it was so
seems
much
so fun that he wants to take the journey that got you to this point in time. You know?
Okay.
But I do
That was
believe,
well said. Yeah.
I do believe, if you really want to know, Sarah's not the one to ask. No, you have to ask Alice. One little rabbit went down into the hole. Ask Alice.
Okay.
And Alice knows. Oh.
Is Alice your twin?
Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
It's she's on.
Is this not?
She has left the farm, but she's still on the trip.
And since she's a redhead, means she's universally accepted because she had every nation upon her body and freckles. So she's joined with all.
That's most redheads are. No, theoretically.
Theoretically, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. You know, just being, you know, we do become very political correct, especially when Emo is on stage. When he's on stage, things become very political correct. You know, me on stage, it's up for grab, big girl. It's up for grabs. It's no telling which direction you're gonna go with me, and no telling what I'm gonna say. You know.
When are you gonna be here next? Because I want to come again.
You know.
Every Friday night.
Yes. I run from 6 to 8 every Friday. Yeah, this is life, baby. You're on life, and that's life. You know, I would sit here and talk to you. We would go through your mind. You can say what you want to say each and every time. You can play with my mind, I can play with yours. But most of all, you got to play with doors. You know, and I'm not talking about the doors that played in the band. You got to go through the doors of life. And that's what you're playing right now. It's life. You know, but yes, I'm enjoying that you are a saxophone player. That's fantastic to me. You know, I do Louis Armstrong, you know, Cat Calloway, you know, different. Well, I do rap too, but you know, I'm old school. You know, I got that. I see flowers in the rain, red roses too. I see a bloom for me and you, and that's where I live my life. I really live my life that way.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You know, and I've been around musicians all my life. You know, the Boys, the Bees. Big Twist, Mellow Fellows, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Chaka Khan, Tower of Power. You know, I've had the pleasure of partying with them, dealing with them, booking them, B.B. King, Albert King. You know, so when it comes to music, I've spent quite a few years with music, and I can definitely appreciate the musician, and I can definitely appreciate a horn player. You know, and because you ain't doing a thing unless you're doing the swing, and you ain't doing the swing without a horn. Ain't no way you're gonna get into it.
Point well taken.
You know, you can bebop, but you ain't swinging without a horn. You know, and that's when true music was true music. When the horn section was the body and the soul, the drum was the heart. You know, the musician was the voice. You know, and the lead guitar was just a melody, but it was the horns that rocked the world. You know, I guarantee you, you know, the walls of Jericho didn't come down by a bass guitar or a lead. You know.
Is this a time traveler?
Yeah. You know, it wasn't no harp
It would
either.
have been funny.
It wasn't no harp. Oh, I can see. I see him out there. Yeah, you know, give me a G. And all the walls start crumbling down. You know, but unfortunately, you know, we haven't got a phone booth to go back there and check that out.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Yes. But when we do.
I want to go.
Yeah. You know, when we do, I want to get me an American Eagle with the fishbowl shell. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go. No, never mind. I'm getting carried away.
No, along with those lines, what portal do you care to open up this afternoon that would benefit humanity?
What portal?
Would benefit humanity now that you have a platform to do it with?
Well, that's a large question. That's a lot of responsibility.
But you're jovial. And
That's true.
your personality exceed mundane and trite. So I do believe you're capable to have any task that's put before you, especially since you can play a tenor sax before an audience.
That's true. Well, Maybe I'll tell you what I was gonna do tonight before I happened upon this. I'm going over there next to the Jackpot Gallery because they're having an opening. And then after that, I'm going to the art museum because they have something until late tonight.
Which art museum you're talking about
The
downtown?
one downtown, yeah.
Okay. They have music, live music?
I think so. It might be at like a DJ mixing tonight. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
That's what
Are you not talking about the classic, are you?
the classic?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Up on North Avenue?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the Milwaukee Art Museum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of shows going on around here.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So maybe that's it. Maybe people listening can choose what they feel to go out to be inspired.
Speaking of art, if contemporary artists, who's your favorite? Matisse Renoir, Picasso, Monet. Do you paint also?
Oh yeah, I mean I love doing art.
You're a multi-diverse person in your music, and you're going to also create a symphony with your brush.
That's
that is
right.
unusual. One of these days, on a Friday, why don't you bring some down, and we can put it in the window, and people can look as we do the show.
Yeah, my friend had some art hanging right here when I first met her. She's one of the people I'm going over there to view more art with. Her art was right in this window.
so, what musician inspired you?
Oh, there's a lot. I don't know if you can say any just one. This week, I've been really enjoying Phil Woods. Do you know Phil Woods?
Okay.
And then just the other day, I like a couple of different singers. And two are recent, Regina Spektor and Ingrid Michaelson. And then the one that's not so recent is Nina Simone.
Okay, well,
So I like it's hard to say any one because I think it kind of goes by.
I was talking about horn players.
Phil Woods,
Okay.
Joe Henderson, that's the one that's in my cassette tape in my car right now.
All right.
But it goes in streaks. And I'll listen to the same song over and over again too. You can change your mood or keep your mood, or if you listen to something over and over again it starts to change.
Well, you're trying to get the repetition in to get that feel, that certain feel that you got when you first heard it?
Sometimes, yeah. Other times it's cleaning music.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it can have a lot of different purposes for me.
Excellent. Excellent. So, you know,
I don't know if I feel like I'm not bringing the insight that you.
well, no, your personality is the insight.
Well, there you go. Okay, I'll go with that.
You know, well, it's very true.
Yeah.
You know, at the present time, if he wasn't here, it would be me and Nemo. And our whole life would be going into a totally different direction. But with you here, you have changed our direction, and we have taken a journey with you, along with ourselves.
And to amplify what he's saying, remember there's three gamuts of life, just like three trimesters. Now we're complete as human. Rebirth can begin. And no longer look at life as a syllogizer because we never engage in syllogism. We don't believe in existentialism because we'll never be existentialized. So, with that being said, please tell me your extrapolation on that.
Ooh, that was deep. I was thinking I should write down some of those words and spell them out. I like what you're saying though, because it's like, I guess maybe the spin I took off that is like after this point, I've been reborn, re-energized with new thoughts for this evening even. And we change each other's life. It's not linear, it's not.
It's like piety action study, which is evolution, spiritual growth, and personal contact with a person. Where God can psychological power with the wisdom to nothing without sticky fingers. Live in necessarily and walk with each other, walk side by side. Save each is nothing, God is just a tribe. Then we can say we reach the plateau of understanding that everyone is created equal and have unalienable rights, and not to be suppressed, but to be able to understand, live, and let live.
And now, for something totally different.
We have a new guest?
Huh?
Oh.
Oh, no. No. It was just I throw in bits and pieces of that, as to say, from his elegant way of speaking, and now
good.
for something totally different.
Oh.
I've always put spins on things. I take life to the next step and just play. Because you have to, as I said, enjoy every microsecond. And that way you can truthfully enjoy life. People say, "Ooh, I'm waiting for the day," enjoying the day. No, enjoy the seconds and microseconds. You're not guaranteed that day, but you are guaranteed those microseconds.
Which is right now.
Yeah. And if you go after the microseconds, before you know it, you got a day. Before you know it, you got a week. Before you know it, you got a month, year. Before you know it, you got life. And if you're enjoying and having fun with those seconds, just think you're having fun with your life. Because by the time you catch up with that last second you was having fun with, the other seconds already moved forward. So it's a never-ending story of bliss, joy, love, happiness. Oh my goodness gracious me. How sweet can it be? As sweet as you want it to be. And I hope you make it as sweet as I, which is me, because I make it sweet as can be. Because I enjoy everything, every itty bitty teeny weeny yellow polka dot. Oh, never mind, I get carried away. I enjoy every microsecond of it. So, that's how you enjoy life, love. You know, and when you do, I guarantee I'm not the Cajun cook. It's beautiful, priceless, and a never-ending story of joy, happiness, and love and finesse. Yes, indeed, that's life. So, girlfriend.
Well, thank you for letting me join you.
Oh, are you leaving me?
Well, I'm going to head over there for a little bit and see what's happening over there.
Excellent. Well, my show is over with in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes? Well, okay, I'll give you the 2 minutes.
Oh, love, you
I'll
have given me so much as it is. You know, it's just, and I've enjoyed every microsecond. And you are such a fantastic lady. You have such a wonderful smile. And now I'm starting to sound like Paul Harvey. I tell ya, this is what she makes you do. Okay. So, if you want to go out and kick up your heels, you should go and listen to...
Oh, this is the plug. The Universal Love Band. Woo!
The Universal Love Band. Now, don't get that mixed up with the Universal Circus, which was here 2 months ago. This is the Universal Love Band. And if they're as hot as they should be, they might end up being the Universal Love Band with the Universal Circus, because the Universal Circus take bands like that and put them into their circus because they're the Universal Circus, and they just do everybody. They have all the music and all the fun. But now we're talking about the Universal Band. So, my man, if you get the opportunity to see this band, grab it in the hand and take the time to enjoy the Universal Band with this fantastic, outstanding, is Elizabeth. This is the big one. Saxophone player. And I do mean saxophone player. She probably, if she plays as pretty as she looks, I know I've been talking about how beautiful they look. If she plays as beautiful as looks, I guarantee you one thing. With your record company, you need to sign her up, because if she plays as good as she looks, you got a hit on your hand. You know, and that's money in the bank. But if she plays as pretty as her soul, then Gabriel, you got problems. Because her soul says she can bring down any wall she wants to with her horns. So, I ain't sacrilegious, I hope. But hey, I just talk the way it is. It's just, come out, listen to the band, enjoy yourself, have a good time. And on that note, I'm going to have everyone say something before we close off the show.
Well, thank you for letting me join you, and have a great night.
Yes, madam. Thank you for being part of our show and helping make the night so.
Sarah, you have a wonderful name. It's biblically correct. And if you can exemplify with personification of virtue to the magnitude that Sarah gave Abraham, you're quite an astonishing lady. That being said, as she so eloquently stated, hold fast to dreams. Look at her. She's manifesting our desire. That means she would never let dreams go, because she would realize it was just like a barren field covered with snow. And I'm quite sure she would have the necessary compassion if she saw a broken winged bird that could not fly. But her artistic expression and a universal love for humanity, I think she would give it confidence, shelter in it, like an infant in its mother's chest. Shalom, everyone, for this night.
Oh, yeah. And you have just introduced yourself to life. And on this note, the only thing that I can say to pass off this day is, MIC, I'll see you real soon, next Friday from 6 to 8. KEY, why? Because I love you. MOUSE. I gotta get off this Mickey Mouse show. Talk with you later. Let you go. Bye.